Master, Master. Somewhere in ancient China, a voice is calling. Barely a whisper. The one calling has no body, no home, no name. Everything has been taken from him. He was once the most powerful creature in heaven and earth. Now he is nothing but smoke. And the only word left is Master. His name was Sun Wukong, the Monkey King. He was born from a magic stone on Flower Fruit Mountain in ancient China. He had no parents and no family. But he had power, extraordinary, heaven-shaking power. He learned magic from a great Taoist master and became so strong that he challenged all of heaven and nearly won. The Buddha trapped him under a mountain for 500 years. Then a monk named Tang Sanzang freed him. In return, Sun Wukong agreed to protect the monk on a pilgrimage to India. He joined a team: Tang Sanzang the monk, Zhu Beiji the pig spirit, and Shahashang the river monk. Together, they began the journey to the west. After 14 years of fighting monsters and crossing mountains, they were almost there. India was close. The scriptures were within reach. But Sun Wukong killed some bandits who blocked their path. The monk was furious. He expelled Sun Wukong from the journey. Alone and heartbroken, Sun Wukong left. Then something terrible happened. A creature appeared, the six-eared macaque. He looked exactly like Sun Wukong. Same face, same voice, same golden staff. He attacked the monk, stole the luggage, and claimed to be the real Sun Wukong. Nobody could tell them apart. Not the Jade Emperor, not the Dragon King, not even the Goddess of Mercy. Sun Wukong returned and fought his double. They battled across heaven and earth for days. No one could decide who was real and who was the copy. They went to the Buddha himself to judge. The Buddha looked at both of them and made his decision. But what happened next, many believe, was not justice. It was a trap. According to the ancient conspiracy, the Buddha covered the real Sun Wukong with his golden bowl. Sun Wukong was trapped. Then the six-eared macaque raised his staff and struck. The real Monkey King was destroyed. His body gone. His mountain empty. His name stolen. The copy smiled, took the staff, and continued the journey to India. The system had won. But somewhere in the ash and smoke, something remained. Not a body, not a name, just a faint thread of the soul, dissolving slowly. And from that thread, barely a sound. Master, Master, one word, the only word that was truly his. The name of the one who had first chosen him. Who was this master? Before the journey, before heaven, before everything, there was one teacher. His name was Patriarch Subodhi. He lived in a cave on a distant mountain. When a young monkey arrived after crossing the ocean alone, the master looked at him quietly, then said 2 words, "Come in." From that moment, Sun Wukong had a home. The master taught him everything: the 72 transformations, the cloud somersault, the art of immortality. But the most important thing was simpler than all of that. For the first time in his life, someone had chosen him, seen him, not for his power, just for himself. He was no longer alone. Then the master expelled him. No warning, no explanation. Just leave and never say my name. The young monkey did not understand. He bowed and left. Only later would he realize the master expelled him to protect him. If Sun Wukong named his teacher, his enemies would come for the old man. So the master cut the bond himself before the world could use it as a weapon. Now, after all these years from his distant cave, the old master went still. He heard something, not with his ears, with the part of him that was always connected to his student. A teacher does not forget the voice of the one he chose, even across centuries, even across death. He heard it. He rose. He went to find him. The master searched. He found only ash where his student had been. The body was gone. The mountain was empty. The name had been stolen. But in the ash, the master felt something. A faint warmth. A trace. He recognized it the way you recognize someone's voice even after many years of silence. This was his student. The master used everything he had left. His power, his energy, his life force. He gathered the scattered soul of his student. Piece by piece, he rebuilt what had been destroyed. No one recorded what this cost him. Only that when he finished, he looked lighter, as if something irreplaceable had been given away. Sun Wukong stood whole again on Flower Fruit Mountain. From a Buddhist perspective, this story is about attachment and ego. Sun Wukong was obsessed with his title, Great Sage equal to heaven. This obsession made him controllable. The Buddha saw it. The golden band on his head was not a punishment. It was a mirror. Only when everything was stripped away, title, power, name, body, could he truly be free. In psychology, the six-eared macaque is Sun Wukong's shadow self, the part of him that was obedient, compliant, willing to please authority. The battle between them was not between two enemies. It was a battle inside one soul, between the wild, free self and the self that wanted to be accepted. Most people never resolve this battle. Sun Wukong had to die to find the answer. From a metaphysical perspective, the stone that became Sun Wukong was not an ordinary stone. It was the one stone that Nuwa left over when she repaired heaven, the one stone that refused to be used. It was born with a will to be free, and everything that happened to it, the golden band, the mountain prison, the destroyed body, was heaven trying to tame what could not be tamed. But here is the deepest question this story asks. When Sun Wukong had nothing left, no body, no power, no name, the one word he called was Master. Not the Buddha who gave him enlightenment. Not the monk he protected for 14 years. The very first person who said, I see you. I choose you. That bond is stronger than death. Patriarch Subodhi, Sun Wukong's first and only real teacher, had hidden from the world for centuries. He had vowed never to interfere. But when he heard that whisper, he broke his vow. He came. He gave everything. A teacher who truly loves his student does not love what the student can do. He loves who the student is, even in ash, even in silence. The stone that refused to fix heaven, the monkey that refused to obey, the student who called for his master with his last breath, the master who heard it across centuries of silence. This is not just a story about Sun Wukong. It is a story about every soul that was ever told. You are too wild, too free, too much. And every teacher who looked at that soul and said, come in.